There's a kind of person who scrolls through their feed every day, sees everyone else's face, everyone else's dinner, everyone else's holiday, and quietly never adds their own. No selfie, no vacation post, no birthday photo. And most people assume it's because they're shy or boring or have something to hide. In this video, I am going to tell you what these people are actually carrying that most of the world has lost. And once you see it, you will not be able to unsee it in your own life. I have spent 30 years watching what attention does to a human being, how it shapes the choices we make, how it slowly rewrites what we want, how it convinces a grown adult that a moment did not happen unless someone clapped for it. And in all those years, I have noticed something about the quiet ones, the people who simply do not put their faces out there. They are not what people assume. They are not the broken ones. They are not the ones hiding from anything. They are usually carrying a particular kind of inner life that the rest of us are slowly grinding away without knowing it. Here is what they have. They value internal validation over external applause. Read that sentence again because it sounds like a phrase you have heard before. And it is not. Most people hear it and nod and move on. They think it means I do not care what people think. That is not what it means. Almost no one truly does not care what people think. That is a fantasy people sell on the internet. What it actually means is something much rarer and much harder. It means that when you do something good, the warmth you feel inside yourself is enough. You do not need it confirmed. You do not need to take a picture of it. You do not need to find out what other people thought of it before you know how you feel about it. The verdict is already in. You delivered it yourself, and you trust your own verdict more than the crowd's. That is an unusual thing in a human being now. It used to be common. A man in 1955 finished a fence around his yard, stepped back, looked at it, felt the small satisfaction of a thing well made, and went inside for dinner. The fence was the reward. The work was the reward. Today that same man would photograph the fence at 2 angles, post it, check his phone 6 times during dinner, and feel quietly let down if only 11 people responded. The fence has not changed. He has. The centre of judgment has moved from inside his own chest out onto a screen. And once it moves out there, it almost never moves back on its own. If you appreciate this message so far, please take a moment to like the video. It truly helps the channel grow. You see, the person who does not post has, for whatever reason, kept the centre of judgment inside their own chest. When they cook a beautiful meal, the meal is the reward. When they finish a hard week of work, the finishing is the reward. When their child says something funny in the car, the laughter in that car is the reward. Not the retelling of it later, not the small dopamine pull of seeing other parents respond to it. They have kept the experience whole. The rest of us have learned to cut every experience in half for ourselves, half for the audience. And we no longer notice that the half we kept is smaller than it used to be. This is harder than it sounds, because applause is real. Applause feels good. The little buzz of being noticed is wired into us, and many would say God built that into people for a reason. So we would seek connection, so we would not drift alone, so we would care what the people who love us think of us. The problem is not that we want to be approved of. The problem is that we have taken a hunger meant for the few people who actually know us and tried to feed it with the opinions of strangers who do not. And strangers are a poor judge of a life. They see the picture. They cannot see the marriage behind it, the regrets beside it, the long tiredness underneath it. Their applause cannot tell you whether you are living well because they have no idea how you are living at all. The quiet ones have figured this out, sometimes deliberately, sometimes by accident, sometimes through getting hurt, enough times by the wrong kind of attention. And the result is a person who walks through the world with a steadier compass. They do not need a poll to know whether their day was good. They do not need a comment section to confirm that they look all right today. They wake up, they do their work, they love their people, they go to bed, and somewhere in the middle of all of that, they are quietly approving of themselves, or quietly correcting themselves, without an audience involved. A person who has earned their own respect, quietly, slowly, through actually being the kind of person they hope to be. owns something that no algorithm can take. So when you see someone who does not post, do not pity them. Do not assume they are missing out. In many cases, they are the ones who got out. They are the ones who quietly walked away from the courtroom of public opinion and went home to live inside their own skin. And here is the part worth sitting with today. You do not have to delete anything to start moving in that direction. You only have to begin noticing, in small moments, when the question, "How did this feel to me?" gets replaced by the question, "How will this look to them?" That swap is happening to most of us dozens of times a day, and we have stopped feeling it. Catch it once today, just once, and let your own opinion of the moment be the one that counts. That is the whole secret. If you appreciate this video, please take a moment to like, subscribe, and grow with Steve.